Hello YouTube, I am back. This is GamerBoy. Coming back from hiatus. Today I'm going to shoot a tutorial on Mesen, which is an NES emulator. So let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Google. So I'm going to go to Google Chrome and I'll click on Chrome and Chrome. Oh, gotta put it in here. www.google.com. And what we're going to do is we're going to search for NES Emulator. Okay, the first site that comes up is this site, so I'm just going to click here. And it always has really good quality downloads. What you want to do is you want to click on the Windows, because that's a platform. We have a Windows 8.1 64-bit machine that we're working with. So, and there's a lot of different emulators for the NES listed here, and I would actually recommend Mesen. You can download any of these, but that's the one that I would recommend. It's the 0.5.2 version, and the download is the Mesen.zip. So what you will do is you'll left click on this, and you can see it's rated 4.48 out of 5 by 27 users. It's pretty good for this site. You can download this on many different sites. So what you do is click there, and then you would click here, download Mesen, and it will download. I'm not going to do this because I already have it downloaded. So once you click on this and you download it, you're going to want to close this window, and you're going to want to right click on your Windows icon, and you're going to want to left click on File Explorer. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your downloads, and under the downloads, the file that you just downloaded will be there, and you're going to take it out of your downloads folder. Open this window, and you're going to drag it and drop it on your desktop. So then the next thing you want to do is get a ROM. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the same website, and we're going to go up here to the ROMs, ISOs, and games, and we're going to click on this. And NES is not really one of the ones that pops up usually, as they're up here in this as far as their consoles. So what you have to do, well, I guess it is. Let's see, consoles. Yep, there it is. NES. Last time I clicked on it, I don't remember seeing it. So anyway, so you click on this, and this will open up the NES ROMs, and you can search for them by the numbers or the alphabetical character that the game starts with, but you can also search titles by user ratings and sort by the number of downloads. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click a letter F. One of my favorite games for the NES starts with F. Unlike MAME, usually all these ROMs work. You don't have to go looking for one that will work, because they usually all work. So that's what's really cool about this. So we're going to go down to Final Fantasy USA. You can click on this, and the first time you go to this website, if you clear your cookies, you will have to confirm that you are not a robot. So in order to do that, you would just have to basically type in a word that is generated, and upon doing that, it will give you permissions to download the game. So in this game is rated 4.65 out of 5 out of 316 votes. It is a great game. It is just one of the best of all time. And what you want to do is scroll all the way down to here, download Final Fantasy USA. It's 148 kilobytes, so it's not very large. So you will left click on that and you will download the ROM. So, and then, so what you will do is you will go and right click on your window, your Windows icon, and you're going to left click on File Explorer. So now you're going to go to this download folder, and in the download folder your ROM will be there, and you can double click on this and take your ROM, which is a zip file, and drag it to the desktop. Okay, so now you've got your ROM and you've got your emulator. So what you want to do is create a folder. If you haven't watched my previous tutorials, I suggest you do this. Create an online gaming folder on your desktop, and within the online gaming folder, create a folder for all the different consoles and gaming systems that you're going to emulate. So here I've created the NES folder. So within the NES folder, you also want to create an emulator folder and a ROMs folder. So take your emulator that you've downloaded, your Mesen, and drag it and drop it in the emulator folder. And in your ROMs folder, you want to create an alphabetical character set for all the different ROMs you're going to download, and name each file with the first letter of each ROM. So this is going to, Final Fantasy is going to start with F. So we're going to take the ROM you just downloaded and drug to the was able to drag to the desktop, and we're going to drag it and we're going to drop it in the F folder. So it will be here, Final Fantasy. Now you'll notice that it's zipped, and when you drag it and drop it, it's going to be zipped. What you do is left click on it. With Windows 8.1, you're going to have an option to extract, and you're going to left click on extract, and then you're going to select extract all, and then you're going to be prompted for a location, and you just have it extracted back to the same folder that the zip file is in. So then we're going to have the unzipped file. So this is the unzipped Final Fantasy file, and you can see it's a .NES type. So now we've got our ROM unzipped. What we're going to do is, once you drag the emulator that you've downloaded and dropped it in this folder, the same thing, it's going to be zipped, and you're going to left click on it and click extract and extract all, and have it extracted. Select the file location, have it extracted back into this folder, and this is going to be the extracted version of the emulator. So we double click on this. This is the application. So this right here is important. You don't want to move it because it needs to stay in this location, but you can right click on it and you can pin it to the start menu. You can pin it to the taskbar, have it pinned to the taskbar, and you can create a shortcut if you want. So anyway, you can click on this in an easy way, but you do not want to move this out of this location. So now we've got our emulator. Let's just go ahead and click on it and see what it looks like. It takes a while sometimes. I have a lot of things on my computer because I do a lot of different things. I'm into database programming and Java programming. So, I've got this computer loaded with stuff. So the first thing that's going to pop up is just a window, just giving you some information. You can update it or not. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to click X. So this is the emulator. So it's got just basically a list of functions here and a drop down menu. So we can see the file has the open, save state, load state, recent files, and exit, and then there's the game, and then you've got the options with sub options of speed. You can change the speed. Some people really frown on the speed of the original consoles. Well, you can change that, but I'm not going to. You can change the window size, here, set it however you want, and you don't want to change the region, just keep that. One thing that is important here is video. I mean, you could set it to full screen here, and the input is important because let's click on this. The input is going to tell you how your controllers are set up and what buttons. If you're using a standard keyboard, which I am today, you will have to look and see how the setup. You can use this with wireless controllers. either, you know, if you've got a Bluetooth capability built into your PC, if you've got that card, you can use Bluetooth, or you can use the ones with the dongle, which are infrared. I have infrared with the dongles, but in any case, so what you will do is click on Setup, and this is going to tell you how your controllers are set up for player 1 and player 2. And this is pretty cool because that does look like the original Nintendo controller. So, you know, up arrow, down arrow, left, right. Select is Q, start is W, turbo B is Z, turbo A is X, which, you know, you had to get to that. There wasn't really, the original didn't come with the turbos, but here you could always get that, and here it is. And, you know, B is A and S is B. Your B button is going to be A on your keyboard, and your A button is going to be S. And you can select the turbo speed. I just leave it where it is. So now you're going to know what your controllers are if you're using a either wireless keyboard or, you know, a wired keyboard. So we're going to click OK. So the next thing we're going to do is going to go to File and Open. And when you do this, you have to go into the folder. You have to remember where you put your ROM. So, and in this case, we put it in the online folder. So we go to Online Gaming, NES, ROMs, and we want F, so that's where we are. So, and then in Final Fantasy USA folder, because it's in that folder that we unzipped, you're going to find the Final Fantasy.NES ROM. You're going to click on it, and you're going to open it. And here is Final Fantasy. And I'm going to turn up the volume so we can hear it. Final Fantasy. So we're going to click X. Here, you can double click on this screen, and what it will do is make it full screen. Double click on it, and it'll bring it back to the window. Double click on it, full screen, X. This is working, so I'm just going to click X. I made it to the Marsh Cave with my Black Wizard, and here we are. So this is a cool thing. I'm going to double click on the screen with my mouse to bring this up. There is a function built in here called Save State. If you left click on this and you go to Save State and select on, it is going to save the state where you are in this game right now. But that's saved. Now I can move and I can do different things. Move, move, move. Well, let's say I die, you know, or whatever. And I'm like, well, I want to go back to where I was before. That's simple. All you have to do is go to File, go to Load State, and click on the state you saved. And there you are. So unless you put yourself in a position where you will necessarily die, you can always go back to that point and start over. So that's pretty cool. That's why I like Mesen. All the ROMs work for it. It's just a really, it's a great emulator. The team has done a lot. They really have. They put a lot of effort into it. There's another functionality that's built into it that I want to talk about right now, and that is you can actually, and I'll open this up again. You can play other people online, and I'm not going to go into that in this tutorial because I just want to make it simple, and just allow you to do the simple things, which, you know, makes the most sense right now. But up here under the tools, you have NetPlay, and you can start a server, you can connect to a server. So, and I'll cover that in a future tutorial. But that's me. I'm GamerBoy, and this is my tutorial Mesen. Please remember to like and subscribe to my videos to keep me motivated, so I'll keep making them, and I'm going to keep showing you how to do really cool stuff. Technically, you're supposed to only play these if you're entitled, and I've read different things. I'm not a lawyer, so, but my general understanding is this: if you've ever owned these games, ever, you have purchased a license and you're entitled to play them on any system that's capable, especially if your system became decrepit and you were incapable of playing it any further. you purchase a license. That's my understanding. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to go into it. You probably couldn't get a straight answer from a lawyer about it. But if that means anything to you, then apply that as necessary. It's a lot of fun, and spend a lot of time doing it. So this is GamerBoy, and you know, YouTube. I wish you the best, and remember, like and subscribe, and peace.